Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome to the first video on this channel. So I got my boy pulling up right now with his 350Z and he just went past my house. So today we're going to be doing front uppers with flip ball joints on the 350Z, along with putting the whole car on washers and showing you how to do clear tail lights the cheap way without a lens. All you really need is some paint to paint these back housings, and then some clear silicone to seal them. But yeah, we're gonna try and get these wheels to fit a whole lot better and get rid of this ginormous gap. And yeah, drift spec. We got the G sitting right here, sitting pretty. But yeah, I think what we're gonna start with is we're gonna get the front in the air, take these wheels off, go ahead and install the uppers. And while we're doing that, put the front on washers, and if we have time before the meet, we're gonna put the rear on washers as well, kind of get everything sitting a whole lot better. He's on some 19 by 10.5 squared, I believe. But yeah, been a long time coming with this car. Been meaning to get this thing on the ground on some washers, because you know, roads aren't that great around here. All right, so we made it back. Got the wheel lock key. Motherfucker forgot his wheel lock key 2 hours away. So we finally went and got one. We can finally get cracking at this bitch. All right, so 5 minutes later, we got the coil levers out. We're gonna remove these top bolts, holding on to the top hats and the actual coil lever, and then get rid of these springs. All right, so the bolt on top of the coil levers is gonna be a 12 millimeter, just comes off, or a 17 millimeter. And then, yeah, just gonna kinda, you can leave the bump stop in there. Yeah, you can leave all that stuff. But yeah, just remove the spring, and then we're gonna add some of the washers to it. God, dude, that looks terrible. Well, we got 20 washers on the front. We got 40 washers, so we're gonna have to go back to do the rear. But we're just gonna see how this turns out, and we'll probably just lower the rear on the actual coilover for the time being. Or if we have time, we might run to the store and go do it, but time to put them back on. Overall, this is only taking us like 10, 20 minutes, other than having to run to the fucking store to get a lug key. But everything's going well. We just need to drop these spindles and take these uppers out. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're just gonna match the overall coilovers in length to make sure that they're gonna be even on both sides. To ensure that, you know, one side's not lower than the other. This is how it's looking. You know, the huge fresh 3-piece wheels, Kranze Magis or whatever the fuck they're called. And then we got the big boy right here. So I don't know if I'm gonna do in this video or make it a second video, but later on, we're gonna go to a car meet that I'm hosting. Hopefully it's gonna be a decent turnout. Hopefully some stance cars to record, give y'all some content. But yeah, it's sitting pretty, riding good. Super happy with the car and how it's turning out so far, especially with how low it is, but yeah. So assembling the coilovers, throw them back in, but before we do that, we're gonna need to drop those spindles like I was talking about, so that we can get these new Godspeed uppers in. Hopefully that fan don't fuck up the audio. Ooh la la! Some freshies right here. Them things long as hell. What is that? Oh. All right, so for these uppers right here, excuse the grinding wheel, but we're gonna remove this cotter pin right here. Remove this cotter pin. This bolt is gonna be I believe a 17. And then these bolts on the side are gonna be 14s, and those are the only bolts you're gonna need to remove. All right, so now, basically got everything put in. Just need to tighten everything back up, throw the coilovers back in, and then start our ride height adjustment. All right, so we've got everything back together. We're just gonna put the wheels on, put the brakes back together, and see how low we're sitting, and then we might have to adjust the rear. All right, so we finally got it in. Got like -6 degrees of camber. You could always get these shortened and go up to like -10. But yeah, still need to lower it. Took a little bit longer than we expected. So we got a meet to go to. All right, we are in the Infinity now. Making our way to the meet, fashionably late. Shoot a little low. Woo! Yeah. This thing be cruising, son. Yeah, this thing's I'm really happy with the way the Infinity has turned out so far. If anybody's been following, I don't know, probably the people who follow me on Instagram is probably watching this. But yeah, with all the big tilt and everything, surprisingly enough, woo, the car does great. I mean, like I can cruise at 80, 85 mile an hour on the highway. I don't really throw sparks anywhere. Yeah, this thing's built the mob. Like, a lot better than I was expecting it to be honest. I was expecting to literally never be able to drive this car anywhere. But as you can tell, I need to get the exhaust redone. It's a little loud, it's worn through. Get over right here. But yeah, we're making our way over to IKEA to the meet. Hopefully gonna get some rollers and whatnot. And yeah, see you guys there. Alright, so we made it to the meet. Unfortunately, one of my gas lines disconnected in the parking lot, but I got it connected again. Well, the meet just got shut down fast, bro. It was deep. But yeah, tonight was a good night, good turnout at the car meet, especially with, you know, Import Expo and ASM Atlanta being this weekend. So everyone was kind of outside over there at the shows. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it. Hopefully, I'm gonna make it out to the South Carolina ASM show and get some content there, see some of the internet homies, see some cars I ain't seen in a while. I don't know if I'm gonna be in the show yet or if I'm just gonna bring the car up there just to mob and hang out, have a good time. But yeah, that's kind of the game plan so far. Probably gonna trailer this thing to South Carolina and to Gatlinburg. I definitely don't plan on driving it, because like tonight, unfortunately, as soon as we got into IKEA where we were having the meet, my fuel line actually separated where the clamp was holding it together, because I relocated the gas tank and it was just pouring fuel. I thought I actually rubbed through a fuel line and was gonna have to leave the car because I wasn't able to fix it.
go over to the meet, hang out with some homies. This thing drives so good though. I'm going 80 miles an hour on the interstate. We're just cruising. But yeah, I'm gonna drop some clips in from earlier whenever we were mobbing to the meet. Throwing sparks like crazy. Car looks so good. But yeah, I'm super happy with this thing turned out. I definitely have some G37 content coming soon. If you want to know any questions, might have a Q&A on how to do camber on these cars, and same with like the 370Zs. The 350Zs are a little bit different in the G35s, but a lot of the parts are the same. They give you the same sort of outcome. So if you have any questions on like overall Infiniti or Nissan stance, like information, I'll give you the most information that I can to my ability. That's really the reason why I started this YouTube channel, is due to the fact that I get so many people who DM me and send me messages all the time, just asking me questions about, you know, how such and such is done, and it's very difficult to just kind of keep typing all the processes out and all the information just constantly. So I needed a platform where I could just put it all in one place and just kind of help everybody. But yeah, I'm super happy. I'm in love with this car all over again. The only downside is it probably just would not make long road trips. I mean, it probably would make 2-3 hours if I threw it with some stocks, but just gave it an eyeball alignment. Thing drives perfectly straight. I actually need to dial in the front camber on the driver's side by about a hair. But yeah, I'm super, super happy. It was a great night, great turnout, everything went well. Woo, y'all see it. If you're in a Cooper sedan, you have no excuse to not have a jack, tools, wood, a compressor, and spares. Excuse me, sir. But yeah, she's sitting pretty. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? On the floor. On the floor, big till. You see it? Homie. Got some more shit coming. We're gonna start working on the clear tails here soon. We had to stop at the Q Tizzle. You already know.